This is Anup from ZapSec. In this session, we are diving into one of the most critical layers of the intelligent port optimization. It's the policy, security, and the governance layer. This is the layer that answers the hardest questions of enterprise ask about automation. How do you automate without losing control? Automating without governance is dangerous. Governance without automation is insufficient. This layer is what allows us to move fast, safely, and confidently. And think of it as a control plane of the framework, ensuring that every automated action is authorized, validated, and reversible and fully auditable. Okay, let's go to role-based access here. Uh, we get there. Sorry. Uh, so role-based access. We start with role-based access control because uh, because not everyone in the organization should be able to take disruptive actions on the framework. In real enterprise environments, we have multiple teams and multiple skill levels and strictly separation of duties. Our framework enforces clear privileges, you know uh, let me mark it for you. Sorry. Basically, L1 engineers visibility only can view idle ports, utilization, and risk scores, no availability to change the state for L1 engineers. And for L2 engineers, uh, basically can initiate low risk actions such as POV, typically used for cost optimization, power savings, and L3 senior engineers can improve VLAN moves and port shutdowns and responsible for higher impact decisions. Uh, Administrators, they have full control, policy creation, rule tuning, critical tagging, and override approvals. This ensures automation respects the enterprise governance model aligned with change management framework as well, and supports like compliance requirements such as ISO, SOC2, and internal audit pieces. Right. And next thing would be change logging, right? This one. Every action is recorded. Next is change logging, which is non-negotiable in the modern networks. Every time automation touches a port, we capture a rich audit record, including timestamp, log actions, user automation identity, device name, port number, port state, and new state. You know, basically old state of the port and timestamp user device port and new state. Reason for action, right? The logs are structured, searchable, and exportable as a platform. We can send it to Microsoft Sentinel, Splunk, or we can export those logs and Elastic or ELK. Why does this matter? Because when the auditors ask who shut down this port down 3 weeks ago and why, you don't guess, you prove it, right? This creates an immutable audit trail, enabling compliance reporting, incident investigations, like root cause analysis, executive transparency, something like that. And validation layer, validation layer here basically says never act blindly. One of the most dangerous assumptions is automation is idle equals safe. That assumption breaks networks. So before any automated action is taken, the framework runs a strict validation pipeline, that includes LLDP, identity check, basically all of this. LLDP identity check, what device is connected, is it an endpoint, AP, phone, or infrastructure? Then the MAC activity, and the has the device truly been inactive, or it's just quite just sitting there. POV status checks, and then the VLAN role checks. Is that a production guest or a server restricted VLAN? And the 802.1x, basically is the port authenticated or a mid session. If any one of these check fails, the automation stops immediately and raises an alert. This is how we ensure automation is context aware, not just rule based. And critical port protection, this one is these ports must never be touched. Some ports are simply off limit regardless of how idle they look. The framework permanently excludes uplink, trunks, core, server, snack, APs, cameras, critical ports basically. Even if these ports show zero traffic for months, automation will never act on them. This safeguards alone eliminates an entire class of catastrophic failures. And then next we'll go to idle policy rules. Let me zoom out a little bit. Get there. Uh, Make it the pen. Basically, policy rules for idle policy rules. What happens at 30, 40, and 45 and 60 days, right? These are the policy rules we define. Like idle greater than 30 days, POA off, auto approved, low risk, reversible. Monitor alert POA off. If the link is actively returned, POA restored instantly. And if it is 45 days, then move to parking VLAN, Um, manual requires manual approval, requires quarantine and risk reduction, and optional shutdown dependency. And if it is more than 60 days, long dormant, basically these are long dormant ports, require senior engineer approval or clean deliberate shutdown. That stage approves minor real operational maturity. And next we come to auto rollback, right? If activity basically you know basically an undo action. Automation should never trap users or devices, right? If the framework or 802 if the framework detects 802.1x authentication, new MAC address, link lineup events, port comes up, right? Port comes up or MAC appears on the device, and then 802 dot reauth succeeds, and basically it automatically restores the PoE admin state, and immediately restores PoE VLAN and admin. No tickets, no disruption, and no firefighting basically. And approval and governance basically talks about the approval and governance is how the approval works when basically how auto approve happens is when an alert is generated and then PoE is turned off, and the manual approval is VLAN, then quarantine, and then VLAN quarantine, and then goes to shutdown. And I think in this lecture, I think that's the main agenda, and we have one more, which is compliance drift and monitoring. Let's go over that. Compliance drift monitoring basically talks about stay aligned with the policy. Whatever policies are there, and you have to stay aligned. And finally, the framework continues like unexpected shutdowns, monitors continuously monitor unexpected shutdowns, unauthorized VLAN changes, policy violations, configuration drift, NAC anomalies, etc. If anything, deviates from the approved state or alerts are sent to network operations, security operations, SOC operations, this closes the loop between like policy definition or automated execution, etc. Right? And with that, I think we have come to an end of the session, and I just want to say, so basically, this is the full view of policy, security, and governance layer. Basically, this layer ensures automation is safe, controlled, validated, reversible, fully auditable. It transforms automation from risk into trusted operational capability, and that is what allows the organization scale intelligently without, sacrificing control. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, which will be our demos. Thank you so much.